Okay.
I gotta fix my volume.
Welcome, everyone. Thank y'all for coming. We have our special guest today. I want to make sure I get my volume turned down before it actually goes live. Here we go. Make sure you have your volume off on your YouTube, like I did, because I don't want to make a rookie mistake.
Yeah, don't want to make the rookie mistake.
I want to go down and welcome everybody into the chat that's here already. We have Robert, that's my husband, by the way. We have Richard. It's actually Ford Pinto spelled backwards. And then we have, I need to give you a wrench. If you would, Tracy, type something in the chat for me so I can make you moderator so you can type in links in the chat when we start talking to the chat. Welcome, Nana Tank, Larry, January House, which is Mike. Then we have Nana Tank, welcome. Mara, Buying Spaces, thank you for coming. And we'll go ahead and go around the room and kind of give yourself an introduction of what you do, where you sell on any platforms, and basically how you got started if you want to talk about it. And this is more of just a laid back, no actual formal interview type show. So we'll go ahead and start with you, Tracy.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Tracy Smith. Everyone knows me as Entrepreneur Girl because that's my YouTube handle. And I've been doing entrepreneurship for, about a decade now. Graduated from business school in 2010. And I had already started with some eBay before that. So my story is I'm a mom. I have 8 kids. I had a lot of health issues in my life, and it made me kind of reconsider where I was, what I was doing. And I went back to school from teaching in elementary education. I went back to school as an adult to get my business degree because I really wanted to work from home, be with my kids, and spend time like trying to create a life that I really loved versus the 9-to-5 grind. So that was kind of why I got into it. I started with stock trading. I then went into eBay. I grew eBay to about 3 stores. And then I went into Amazon. And then I went into just about every platform after that. I tried them all, Etsy, Poshmark, even like Facebook Marketplace, you name it. I think I did it after that. In addition, I had started a lot of social media, my YouTube channel, my social media, and then that started my website, which is tracyjoesmith.com now. So when I started doing all of that, it just kind of grew organically from there. I started doing private coaching with people, and then that turned into business coaching for small businesses. And then this past year, I actually got to work with Canva, GoDaddy, and Brother Printer, which were my 3 biggest people ever. So that was really exciting and time consuming. And now I'm kind of getting back into the YouTube and back into what I know and love to do. So that's me.
Okay. All right, Mike, your turn. Go ahead and give us a little bit about yourself, what you're doing, what platforms you might sell on.
Right. Hi, everyone. My name is Mike. I go by the January House on YouTube. I am a full-time reseller for the past 3 years or so. And I sell primarily on eBay, but I also sell on Mercari, Amazon, Bonanza, and some of the local apps like OfferUp and Letgo as well. I just started my YouTube channel in March, which I don't know, it doesn't seem like that long ago sometimes, but with everything that's been going on, it kind of feels like a really long time ago with all that's happened, in the world so far.
Right.
So I love making videos, and I try to make one every day. I usually do, if not every day, then every other day. I miss a few here and there, but I really enjoy it. And I started to do auctions recently on my YouTube channel. So every Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, I do an auction. And yeah, I'm just, get to enjoy. I really love what I'm doing, the reselling and making YouTubes, the auctions, just the life that we have here as resellers. I just really enjoy myself. I have a few kids, so it allows me to spend more time with them and, be part of their lives. Right. And yeah, so thanks for having me on, Johnny. I had some technical difficulties. I'm going to try to switch over to my desktop here in a minute, but
okay.
I appreciate, I love your show. I like watching the stories from the other resellers. I get a lot of good information about what other people are doing in their businesses. So I really appreciate you having me on here.
Well, thank you for coming on because I know when I first started watching you, you were like under 50 subs when I subbed to you.
Right.
And now you're at like 251, I think it is.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, you've definitely come a long way in a short time already since you started. So that's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, Larry, your turn.
All righty, my turn. Hey, my turn. Hey.
Let's
Well,
raise
my
the
name's
roof for Larry.
Stache. Everybody knows. Well, I sell on eBay and got active in YouTube, and I'm getting more active in YouTube. When me and Johnny and Victoria, we share on Tuesdays. We alternate weeks for bingo. This week is Victoria's or Johnny's?
No, it's Victoria.
Okay, Victoria's. Okay, and then it goes Johnny's, then me. Yeah, we alternate for 3 weeks. And then we taking this week, I'm going to be starting doing live shows Monday through Friday at 1 o'clock. And throwing the bingo in on Tuesdays at 5. And then Thursdays, I'm going to be doing a show for about an hour on about 5 o'clock on Thursdays to fill that gap. There's going to be a gap in there, so I'm going to be filling in that gap. So I'm going to be working on getting a little more active on YouTube. I mean, I don't know, working hangouts, just talking. Who knows what's going to happen?
And then you do your Saturday shows too, right?
And Saturdays with James, Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. with Johnny. So, and then also in the morning, I'm with I join you in Victoria in the morning show Monday through Friday when she opens it up, and then me and James usually jump on there, but it's open to anybody. And on that show, I mean, anything can happen and anything can be said. So it's a very good way to wake up. I mean, it gets funny. So,
instead of having Folgers in your cup, have Victoria with you. You'll wake up.
I love Victoria.
Yeah.
Victoria and James and Larry, they're all awesome.
Yeah.
That's just
Hey,
great.
Johnny, I can't comment on the
you
chat.
never know how I'm going to be dressed coming
Do you
in.
have-
You never know.
Do you have your YouTube chat open?
Oh, me?
No, I didn't want it to echo on you. Do I need to do that?
What you can do is open your YouTube, the video on YouTube, hit mute, and that way you can pop out your chat.
Okay, so I'm gonna like talk to everybody.
Right. So what you're gonna do is go to the video, pop out the chat on the three dots on the top, and just make sure you mute the video itself. And that way you'll pop out the chat, and you can talk in the chat as well. Because that's what I do, and I minimize both screens, so I have them side by side on my screen.
Yeah, Victoria
While
is in
you're
the
doing
chat,
that,
but
yes,
she can't stay very long. She's got company, so Victoria's in there for a short time.
Sorry, Johnny.
Sorry, I'm just-
Okay, that's not me, right?
James moved.
I'm like, oh no, I blew it up. Okay.
No, he was
Sorry.
adding his other,
Sorry.
yeah,
I
he was just adding
apologize.
something to it. While we do
That was
this
me.
and work out the kinks here, I want to welcome Victoria at Adventures in Reselling. If you're not subscribed to her, please do, because on this Tuesday, Bingo will be on her channel. So make sure you subscribe to all three of us, because we do rotate every Tuesday. And I want to welcome Anthony at Pittsburgh. Thank you for coming. Eric will be at, and then we have Callie Picker. Welcome. That's
And
Jane.
Victoria does have a show today at 6:30. It's the Blue
Yes,
Room.
yeah, and then also, I don't see where it went. Did they leave? Oh, and also Callie Reseller Lewis, welcome in the chat. And then yes, on this tonight, actually, if you have been watching Victoria's videos and you wind up having a wrench tonight, she is having at 6:30 a wrench party giveaway. She recently hit her 500. Actually, I think she's like over 550, 560.
Awesome.
And she's doing a giveaway tonight. So if you have a wrench, come on in and join the chat with her, because she is giving away. I want to say she said up to 5 things that she's giving away.
Yeah.
That way y'all can come in and still have a little chat, and then you have to be in the chat to win. If I remember correctly, what she said yesterday.
Yeah.
So look for that. You should have seen the thumbnail already, because it is out, and hit that reminder so you don't forget. Now, Tracy, I just hit your wrench, so that way if you want to put any links, and the way we do this for everyone, including the panel of guests, in the chat you can put your links to your shows. If you want to put the link to either a platform you might sell on, go ahead and share that if you want. You can put that in the chat. And everyone who's got a wrench in the chat as well, feel free to put your links to either if you have something coming up that's special during the week. Like in Mike's case, he does auction. So if you want to do that and you have that ready, go ahead and put that in the chat. Welcome, Landshark Picker. And basically, we just want to have fun, keep positive, network with each other and collaborate and kind of share things as we go. If you have any questions, do me a favor in the chat and do the my name, my screen name, and then give us a question if you have a question for anyone on the panel and the guest. And we'll be glad to answer it. I want to welcome Simply Dana. Thank you for coming. And so I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself for those who may not know me, because I do see a few new ones in the chat. I'm Cajun Roots Reseller, also known as Here's Johnny. I do all my thrifting, garage sales, estate sales. I even do clearance. I call it clearance at retail arbitrage. And then I reflip it on eBay and also Mercari. And I'm having a little bit of issues, and I hope someone can help me. Maybe if anyone sells or did the Bonanza's website. I'm having issues where some of my pictures aren't coming over. So that's a little aggravation, but I'm just getting started with that. So it's not something that I'm kind of still learning, so to say. And then I just have a video coming out tomorrow where I will be doing a someone's got their YouTube channel open.
Mine's muted.
Mike, you might need to mute your video. Your YouTube. Mike, you might need to Yeah, it's Mike.
Me? Is it me?
Yeah, it's cleared. Yeah, usually if you don't take the volume off, it has an echo. So anyway, tomorrow I will be putting out a video, and it's going to be of all the items that I purchased at auction on how I am sourcing. Tomorrow's video is going to cover everything I purchased from Mama at Hip Flippin' Mama. So be looking out for that tomorrow. I'll be putting that out tomorrow. And on Monday, starts on the 22nd, are my new live on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 5:30. And that'll be in the place of Victoria's channel, because Friday was our last day on those. And then she'll be having on Wednesday the 5 o'clock slot, but I'll move all my shows to 5:30. On the weekdays, Monday and Wednesdays are live guests, and Friday starts a open mic night for anyone who wants to come in, especially if you're new and you want to get your feet wet. And it's more of whatever happens. It's more of a laid back cocktail hour if you have to, bring your own booze kind of thing. And that's what we're going to start doing Monday at 5:30. And my first guest is going to be actually Victoria and Rev, Resell, and Nikki T on Monday night.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, Johnny.
Yes.
You said about Bonanza and the pictures not coming over?
Yeah, not all of them. I have some that came out, but some did not transfer.
Right, because I think on Bonanza, because I use Bonanza as well, I think on Bonanza you can only have 8 pictures per listing.
Right, I understand that. But
Oh, okay.
There's some of my items that have no pictures.
Oh, some have no pictures? Oh,
Right.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But again, I'm still checking on it and, keeping an eye on it. I want to welcome Rachel Reventing. Welcome. Wait a minute, that looks like, yeah, that's Rachel. I just realized who that was. So anyway, I want to bring back to Tracy. Before we started, she was telling us some good news of what happened recently for you. Would you like to share that with the chat about your Canada venture?
Oh, the school.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a super fun opportunity recently that I was really excited about. I had an all-girls school in Quebec, Canada, contact me to ask me if I would be a guest speaker for their 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade girls regarding an entrepreneur program. It's actually a school that their whole curriculum is based around entrepreneurship, which I was telling the guys, I didn't even know that existed. So I thought that was a really cool. Plus, of course, I just have a heart for girls and a heart for kids in general. So it was really neat to work with these girls. I worked with them for the very last time, I think 2 days ago on Zoom. We've been doing a lot of Zoom work. They're going to have summer entrepreneurship projects. And I just got to help them with it and talk about entrepreneurship and being your own boss and all the stuff that, we understand. But when they're younger, I just think it's neat that they're being taught that this is like a real thing, not a scam or not,
Right.
you know, something like that. Like it's a viable option to work online nowadays. And I just thought it was really neat that they were teaching that to elementary age kids.
That is wonderful.
So,
Yeah.
Congratulations on that. Awesome.
yeah, that was fun. That was fun. That was my first time. I mean, I've been a guest speaker, you know, before, but not involved like that, you know, not.
Right.
So that was special.
Now, you have anything else that's coming up that you're going to be dealing with or tackling in the near future?
Well, mainly on the website, that's kind of my primary focus, and it has been for the last several months. I'm basically building up a business university so that, I don't know about you guys, but my biggest struggle in the last decade of doing that was the learning curve sucked so bad. And I just really didn't know what to do. Even coming out of business school, like I had no idea what I was doing about anything. And everything was just such a huge learning curve for me. You know, logo design, photos, you know, taking product photography, like just all the mini hats that you have to have. And I didn't know what steps to take. I didn't have enough money to hire it out or hire, you know, somebody else to do it for me or guide me. Nobody else was really doing it. So that wasn't even an option then. So I'm just trying to build out a page that's basically like everything. And it's behind the scenes, so you can't see it on the website now. You just see the coaching. You don't see like everything else because I don't want to open it up until it's complete. But it's a lot of work, a lot more than I thought. It's taken me a lot longer than I thought. But that's really what I feel passionate about, because I know there's other people out there that are moms like me or have health problems like me or taking care of somebody with health problems that could really, you know, use working from home. So,
Yeah.
Now, how's it going with your daughter? Didn't you? I think you said in your interview with Victoria that she was getting involved or doing it as well.
Well, I have 4 daughters. One of them is adverse to entrepreneurship. She's very risk adverse. She actually is a cardiac ICU nurse now. She likes that paycheck every Friday, you know, no, she's just not the right personality, and that's okay. So some of my kids are really into entrepreneurship and others aren't. My second daughter, she's not involved with my business. She has started her own and she's rocking it. She's just way beyond me. The student is teaching the teacher, whatever they say about that. So she's really doing a great job. I'm proud of her. So she's all into it. And then I have 2 more.
James just said in the chat that you had to stop by and see him on your way there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not going to Quebec. I'm just Zoom calling them.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't mind going to Quebec, but
I want to welcome Nikki T. She just came in the chat. Welcome, Maggie Doodles. Thank you for coming. Welcome,
Maggie.
Now, if you want, go ahead and drop your links, especially Kelly Reseller. Put your link in the chat because I want to subscribe to you, and people want to at least check your channel out. So go ahead and do that and put your link in the chat. That way everybody can subscribe to each other and kind of support each other. And that's what I like about this community. Everyone helps each other. And so go ahead and do that. And same thing with you, Tracy. You can go ahead and put your links in the chat. Share whatever you would like. Same thing with you, Mike.
Okay.
So, Mike, what's got you going into your I noticed you were trying to do a live. Are you going to start doing any type of lives? Now, when you do your auctions, do you do them on your channel or with someone else as co-host?
I do them on my channel now. I started with Delden on the 9-Pound Hammer channel.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, like Tuesdays and Wednesdays during the week for me are my slowest sales days. So I saw all these other people doing auctions, and I had just started my YouTube channel, and I thought, well, heck, I can do that. I mean, I have stuff to auction off, right? I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
And I said, well, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my slowest days for sales usually. So let's try Tuesday night. And it's been a big hit for me. You know, on Tuesday night so far, I think every Tuesday I've gross sales is over $300 on a Tuesday night. and I only do it from 8:30 to 10:30 for like 2 hours.
Oh,
Right.
So, I mean, I'm moving inventory, you know, on a day that I usually don't, and I'm making some decent money. I'm not paying fees to eBay or Macari or whatever,
Right.
you know. I mean, I do free shipping on mine in the U.S., so I have to pay for that. But, you know, I mean, and I just like doing it. I meet a lot of people, and like I have fun. Like I sell records and I sing some of the songs. Like you've seen some of the goofy stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a nut out there, but I mean, it's my channel and I'm having fun with it. Like, you know,
The one you had was, like, I think, in a Chewbacca outfit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's like, it's fun for me. So, but yeah, so but I'm not opposed to going on people's channels and doing auctions with them. And today, I was just trying to get everything calibrated here because we're having bad storms here in central Pennsylvania. And I don't know if it's the storms that's like knocking things out or whatever, but I wanted to get things straight. And I just opened up I figured why not open up a live chat while I'm doing it just to see if anyone would come in. And yeah, I had like 15 people just hanging out with me and talking. And
That's cool.
I might do that like once a week.
Where are you in central Pennsylvania?
How far am I?
Where about?
Oh, I'm in right outside of Harrisburg, right in the
Oh, wow.
in the middle of the state.
I'm up here in Erie.
Oh, Erie. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah.
And Pittsburgh's in from you all. Nate and Anthony and Nate are both from Pennsylvania too.
Yeah, the Ecom and Beyond guys. In the morning, I watch those. I watch their show. Yeah, so I might do like a live hangout during the week just for people that I know there's people that want to do lives and they're very nervous to be on a live show like this one.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to some people earlier. They're like, "Oh my gosh, I couldn't go live with people I don't talk to all the time." So I might just have a live just hang out and just give them the link and let them just come on and so they can learn StreamYard. I mean, you know, and just chat and see how it goes and mute the things that you're supposed to mute. And, you know, I didn't even do it right. So. But, yeah, I don't know. It's fun. I have fun with it. The whole thing. I have fun with YouTube and reselling. So.
And that's what it's all about, is having fun. I know when I first started, it was nervous, but I was excited at the same time.
Right.
But once I got into it, I don't know why some people say they don't go back and watch their videos. I do, because I want to see, and I even look at some of the criteria of each video as far as the algorithm to see where did I do better at in whatever video, and I would like to repeat that somehow.
Right.
So I try to go back on that, but the first few videos I'll go back and say, "Oh my God, why did I do that?" You know, and that's why I like going back and watching, because then that can teach me something that I said, "Okay, now I need to be conscious about not doing that again."
Right.
And it wasn't nothing bad, but I'm very can't remember the name of this thing that I have with me. Perfectionist.
Yeah.
And everything I do. So if I don't have it right the first time, I'm just going to keep doing it until I get it right. You know?
Right.
That's in everything. Welcome, Harry.
Hi, Harry.
So I wanted to ask you, Tracy, I know, and I'm only basing some of this on your interview you had with Victoria. Do you and your daughter, even though she's still not really wanting to do it, but she does it as an entrepreneur, do y'all give each other tips back and forth on anything as far as business is concerned?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, she's teaching me some things now because she's younger. And so she's more into what her, age group is doing, what's popular for them. My kids, even like when fidget spinners was popular and slime was popular, they tell me what's in, and then I can see if there's any resale potential there. But as far as Taylor goes, with her own business, she's constantly telling me, she's the one that really got me into ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, doing lives on those platforms. So she pushes me to be better because she's knowledgeable, and I quiz her all the time. Like, well, so what are you doing now? And she takes a lot of courses, and, she's educating herself, which is really important.
Right. Give each other tips is worth it too.
I think she gives me more than I give her, but.
Oh, okay. All right, let's see. This is from Nana. Can't fix something wrong, learn it. Amazing what you can miss during your own life. And that's true.
Yeah.
Because even when you're in the chat, you try to watch the chat, it jumps so fast.
Right.
Yeah.
You try to catch everyone's and yes, that's right, Nana. I do have OCD.
Right. Yeah, I think most
Not
of
taking
us.
medication for it, but I just told it to Robert this afternoon. I said, I think I got OCD because I'm just like that when I'm working. You know, I'm my mind. I set my goals for the day. I get it done, and then I'm done. You know, I want to make sure I get it done before a certain time. And so if I get sidetracked on something, it's crazy for me because it's like then I get I'm down more on myself because I'm not doing something that I want to get done.
Yeah.
Right.
Larry's helping me with that. He keeps telling me to relax my expectations and produce more YouTube videos. And I keep saying, but Larry, I want to revamp it. I want it to be perfect.
Well, Tracy, the 2 videos that Tracy did on Amazon, that's the 2 videos that I watched, and that's how I sent my first shipment into Amazon by her 2 videos.
Oh, okay. I know with watching your channels when you were just Entrepreneur Girl. And that's what threw me off that one time you were on the channel with Victoria. It's like, wait a minute, that sounds familiar, but is that her?
Yeah, because I had to change my name. I got a cease and desist list from Entrepreneur Magazine.
I saw it.
And so I kind of ignored it for a while, but now they're getting more persistent. And I'm worried that any money I make going forward, I could be sued for. Yeah. And so I needed to pivot. Yeah.
That's terrible.
That's sad when they do that too. You never know why they do something like that.
And you have a trademark.
I'm trademarked. Yeah. I own the trademark for Entrepreneur Girl. And so I thought, no, I'm going to fight it. But I know they have a lot more money than I do. So I'm just trying to be smart about it.
That. Yeah. They always have the ones with the most money want to have a more
power. The most attorneys wins.
That's true. They all greed. That's right. It's greedy.
Yeah, it's greedy.
Yeah. All right. So if anyone has questions for our guest on the panel, go ahead and put it in the chat. And also make sure you put the @ in front of it with my name so I know that it's a question so I can see it. Just remember that everyone is here to have fun. Go ahead and put your links in the chat. You can more than welcome to share a platform that you might want to sell on or that you sell on that you might want to share. And then put your links for your websites of your YouTube channel so people can come out and check you out and subscribe to you. And that way we can support each other in this community. Larry, do you have any questions or anything you might want to ask the guest? Or if anybody wants to just come out and say something or whatever, that's fine. It's a free-for-all type thing. You know, anything that might be coming up for the week or any ideas or something you might have learned during the week and want to share.
Are you guys, Johnny and Larry, are you guys just mostly online, or do you sell, do you do flea markets? I just started getting in the flea markets 2 weeks ago. You guys do any of that locally?
Larry, do you?
No, because the only flea market around here is about 45 minutes away. And the last time I ran into it about 6 years ago, you have to get there like 4 in the morning to get in.
Oh, wow.
Because the line's already backed up at 4 in the morning to get in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah, I wasn't able to make a profit with.
There was a flea market right around the corner from me about 2 years ago, and I was hoping they were going to be having it again the year after, but something happened and they ended it. And I was going to join that one because it's right around the corner from me.
All right, we have a question for you, Mike.
Yeah, I see.
What is the origin of Mike's channel name?
Well, thanks, Robert. I like that beard that Robert has in his picture there. Did you see that beard?
He just had it trimmed not that long ago.
Right. I think, and Johnny, I like your beard too. We got the beard.
I'm trying to keep it trimmed up, so it's getting there. The quarantine helped me keep that shape.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tracy, you need to get one.
Yeah.
I know. I'm feeling a little out of it.
Yeah, the origin of my channel name. So a little over 3 years ago, I was opening my first eBay store, and I was trying to come up with a store name. You know, I wanted to think of something different, not like Mike's store. I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean? I was trying to think of a name, and my son was 3 years old at the time. And this story's a little out there, so just bear with me though. But he was 3 years old, and he's in the back seat in the car seat. We were driving somewhere, and he starts telling me this story about how he was hanging out in the January house with his grandfather. Now, my father passed away 15 years before my son was born.
Oh, wow.
But he starts like saying things that are like, I don't know, relatable to my father that he's never met. And it freaked me out. And he kept calling it the January house. And like when I go, I'm like, he's like, I go to the January house and we hang out and like all this stuff. And like, I don't know. So I just thought it was a sign. I was like, I take some of that stuff like seriously. And I don't know. It was weird. I was thinking of trying to get up a store name at the time. And, you know, and he just came out with this January house thing. I mean, I wasn't talking about the store or eBay or anything at the time. He just told me, like, started telling me the story in the car one day. And I was like, wow. And it really hit me. So I just used the name The January House as my store name and never thought, I mean, this was years ago. So I never thought I'd have a YouTube channel or anyone would ever ask me about it. You know, like, because on eBay, nobody ever asks you your store name or where it came from or whatever.
Right.
So now I have to tell this story. And people are probably like, wow, this guy's a weirdo. But yeah, that's where the name came from. My son, who was 3 with some weird dreams that, I'm telling you, there's something to it because he knew some things about my dad that, I mean, I didn't, you know, that I didn't never told him. He was only 3.
Right.
That's special.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought so.
So how old's your son now, Mike?
He's 6. He'll be 7 in January. So he's 6.5.
Is that the only child you have, or do
No,
you have more?
I have 2 daughters. I have a 10-year-old, and then my son is 6, and then I have a 2-year-old.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
And Tracy, how old are all your kids?
I have a big range. So I had my oldest when I was 17, actually. And I'm going to tell you my age. Wait a minute. I see where this is going.
Got on that one quick, huh?
Yeah. Woo. Save myself. Cut that off. Right there. Cut it off. Yeah. So she's close to 30, I'll just tell you. And then I have an 8-year-old getting ready to turn 9 on the 4th of July.
Oh, wow.
So I have a big range. I have 4 girls, 4 boys, all mine, no twins.
Wow. Nana has a spreadsheet she does for all the YouTube content creators. If you have a regular live show that you do, she would like you to get in touch with her on Instagram so she can add you. If you would like to be added on her list, she does a PDF file. I want to say it's on an Excel spreadsheet or something, but she does everyone who has shows when they have them at what time, so that way you can get a copy of the spreadsheet.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's a good
Well,
idea,
she'll send
yeah.
it to you if you want it. And then also, yeah, she started that a while back before she started her live, and that's how she got the list together. Every day I'm hustling. That's Nate. If you haven't subscribed to him yet, y'all go ahead and do that with him in Pittsburgh because they do a morning show Monday through Friday, and it's always at 10 a.m. Eastern. And sometimes they have guests on their show, but they just talk about certain topics they might put out on that day. Then we have, let's see, going down and make sure I didn't miss anyone on the important information. Did I got cut off? What? Oh, yeah, I know about that one. All right. Anyone have questions for our guests? Go ahead and add it in the chat. The line between Kelly. How about you? That's for Kelly. How about you? Living the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, James has had a big year this year.
Yeah.
That guy can motivate anybody, though. He uses lemons and turns them into lemonade. He is amazing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat.
Johnny, you don't do
Back
Flea
to your
market.
flea market. I haven't yet because we just moved here to Massachusetts. It's actually going to be a year on the 24th of this week that we moved here.
Okay.
And so I've only been to a couple of flea markets when we first moved here and got settled in.
Mhm.
Robin and I, he would bring me to some of the flea markets he would go to while he was up here or that he found. And so they have a lot of spaces available there, but I haven't really thought about it because I just started back in March before this whole series of things happened. But I do have 2 antique booths, and I've been basically what I do is I'll go through my inventory and I kind of separate what I know that I can get better for at the antique booth rather than on eBay. And so I separate them, and of course you have to have them on tags and stuff like that for your booth. So I really did that for that purpose of getting things more in my antique booths. All right, they keep saying that I'm getting glitchy and freezing.
Yeah.
Um, Robert,
No,
Alex,
I haven't worn any costumes today, but wait till Monday. You never know.
I think he was talking about me.
yeah,
I was wearing silly costumes earlier.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But I haven't really thought about it yet because again, they haven't opened back up yet.
Yeah.
But I do have my antique boots. I have 2 at one location.
Okay.
And so basically, I'm still doing my typical thrifting, but also watching what I have, kind of separating it and do what I have to do on that.
Yeah.
But I haven't really thought about it. But again, I like on buying things there because I did get a lot of good deals last year when I went. So I'm going to have to check it out and see what they have close by and when their dates are and that kind of thing. Because there's some up here that only open on Sundays.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, we need to check into that. But that's down the road, get my feet wet on that too. I don't want to put too much on myself at one time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Johnny, you said you were going to do a, oh, sorry.
That's okay. He missed Fat Man. Fat Man came in.
I already said hello, Alex.
Oh, okay. I missed it.
That's okay. What you were saying, Tracy?
Did you say you were going to do a video on going to auctions? Did I hear
Actually,
that?
I
love
do.
auctions.
It is auctions, but what it is that I do online auctions. And in the video,
You do.
I do auctions. I go to I buy and bid on things online. And the one I'm going to be having come out tomorrow, I have to download it and premiere it for tomorrow because I would like to premiere it. It's of auction items that I bought through Hip Flip and Mama. Mama's auctions are every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. So if you're not subscribed to her, I would recommend you do that because she has a lot of 925 sterling silver. I've had some pieces that I did in my video that I found that had diamonds in them. But she does every now and then some pieces slip through the crack with completely testing everything. But she'll let you know. It's a freebie if you want to testing it and it's real or whatever. But
Yeah,
it's
I wrote it down.
Yeah,
I want to
Hip
watch
Flip
that.
and Mama.
That sounds really cool.
I mean, if Robert or someone can put her link in the chat. She spells it different than what you would think it would be because Mama spelled a little different. But very wonderful person. I don't know if you ever saw the Flipping Hope on Tuesday's Bible study. It's her and Anthony that does that channel on Tuesdays. Well, that's the same person.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm gonna have somebody can drop the chat for Hip Flipping Mama. It's every Wednesday at 7 o'clock Eastern PM. And now sometimes she'll do a premiere or a preview of what she's selling the day before or that morning of that Wednesday, but it's every Wednesday at 7 o'clock PM.
It's either me or James can send you the link there, and Tracy. James knows her site also. He can send you the link in Facebook.
Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Let's see. I want to welcome again Fat Man the Flipper, Alex, Mara. Thank you
Hey, Alex.
for coming. Brad. Let's see. I'm James watching the steak video. Vanette Anderson, welcome. I maybe just butchered your name, and I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Jennifer just put Mama's link in the chat.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Jennifer. She did it. Thank you.
Yeah, she's
I'll
very
write
good
down.
about it. I love having Jennifer in our chat. And I watched her video earlier. It was so cool.
Yeah.
She did a little
Jennifer, put your video in there too. Does Jennifer do?
Yeah, she started doing videos. Jennifer, don't forget to put your link, even though you put everyone
Put
else.
your link.
Put your link in the
Good
chat.
job.
Right.
Harry Humstone, welcome. Redneck Reseller Colton. If you haven't subscribed to him and his wife Courtney, they do a daily video. You have to watch his video. His new intro, I'm just saying you have to watch it. They do wonderful work. They do a regular live on the weekend, and then they do their daily videos. And then Jennifer, don't forget to put your link on your show, please. Jersey Sound Choirs. That sounds like an interesting name of a chat, video content. So anybody else has just start talking about anything, you're more than welcome.
There's a question for I missed it up here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the chat. Let's see.
For Tracy, what platforms do you still sell on?
Okay. I sell on Amazon still. So Amazon always, and eBay, and also Poshmark. I'm really liking Poshmark, but I have dropped Etsy. I've dropped all the smaller ones because I just don't have time anymore, and just really focus on those three, because e-commerce used to be like my main thing that I did, and now it's a little bit more like a pie, and it's still a piece of it, but it's not the only piece anymore. So I just really wanted to focus in. So I got rid of I only have one eBay store versus the 3, and then the Amazon FBA, and then Poshmark for the things really go to that.
Right.
I thought I saw a question for you too, Mike.
No, I'm trying to go on the chat. It goes up so fast.
There was one from Nana Tink Treasures. It says, do you auction any items or specialty like cards or Hot Wheels or anything? So I try to auction a little bit of everything. There are some things that I have a lot of, like records, but they've been selling pretty well too. So I usually always auction records, and I have a lot of like non-sport cards, like Pokemon cards or Marvel cards or something like that. I try to always auction video games because I usually have video games and they usually sell pretty well. And then I always try to auction. I buy a lot of storage lockers, so I always find like weird or interesting things. I find them interesting. And I try to auction them off. Like my last auction, I just had these binders of 8x10 glossy photos from, I guess the guy was a what do you call, like a photographer, like a freelance photographer. And he would take pictures of car accidents, not gruesome things, just the vehicles like mangled up, and house fires and barn fires here in central Pennsylvania. This is back in the 80s. And I guess he would sell them to the newspaper, or they would buy them from him or whatever. And he kept a bunch of them, and it had at the bottom of the pictures, like, accident on 81 northbound, exit 16, August 1986 or whatever. And I thought, man, I don't know how am I going to sell these things? Like, how am I going to sell this on eBay? It's a binder full of 40 pictures. Like, how do I can't take that many pictures of it. How do I describe it? Like, and I do a preview video of my auctions as well. Usually the morning of, I'll talk about what I'm going to have and show some pictures. Not everything, but for this binder, I went like in depth and I showed a bunch of these pictures, and man, they sold pretty well. Like, so, but sometimes I have things that I think are interesting and they don't sell at all. Like, so I don't know, a little bit of everything, I guess.
And do you do a lot?
James has a question for Tracy. Are you still into stock trading?
Ooh.
Yes, stock trading is what I did first. I thought I was going to be able to make enough income just doing stocks, and you probably can, but it's really stressful. And so I still do long-term stock trading, and I really like real estate too. So now I have 10 income streams. So I started with the stocks, and I keep that. And then e-commerce was huge for me. That was really my baby, my main thing. And then, YouTube and social media, I do make an income from that. And then the website. And then lately, like the last couple of years, sponsors and affiliates and, finally that kind of stuff I was able to do. So it just kind of pieces together where now there's 10 ways, which is awesome, because if something happens, like if Amazon closes my account or, the stock market crashes, just if any one thing affects the income streams, I still have other ways to keep myself, financially sound. Right. And that was the goal. I mean, the ultimate goal for me anyway is to build up my passive income where it pays my monthly bills. And then anything I do outside of that is more by choice and not by have to. So, that's my big goal, but I'm nowhere near that now. But, just building the stock portfolio, like James mentioned, building the real estate. So it's more of a passive income that comes in every month that can pay my overhead.
And you said you cut down.
What?
And you said you cut down.
Well, I cut down on e-commerce. I didn't say I cut down. I feel like, I love what I do. And you guys know, it doesn't even feel like work. I I just pinch myself sometimes. I so love what I do that I think everybody should be doing it. And that's like my daughter that doesn't do it. I'm like, what are you? You're crazy. Because it's just, it's awesome, but it's only awesome if you're really into it. I love it. I love it. And I'll never do anything else. I'll never, ever go back to a job ever.
Now, how did you start out in the stock trading? How did you start out?
Well, when I graduated from University of Florida, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And they had a test. If you got in the top 10% of this big business test that's in the United States, then a lot of these big corporations will try to recruit you for jobs. And I actually got in the top 10%, but I was like low, like I was like 9 point something, but I got in. And so I had the opportunity to do that. And I turned it down. And my dad was like, what? You got a business degree to eBay? But yeah, so anyway, I started with stocks because I didn't know what to do. I fell into e-commerce. That was all accidental. I was just trying to figure out how to work from home, and I had no idea how to do it. And remember, this was 10 years ago. So, it was much newer then, and not many people were doing it. So everything I did was just kind of throwing stuff at the wall to see what would stick, what would work, what would make money, what wouldn't. So I had huge learning curves and not very much money, but that's the great thing about online is it doesn't take a lot of money. You don't have a lot of overhead with it. So I was just able to kind of grow slowly, more slowly than I wanted to, but, slowly and organically that way.
Right. Okay. We have a question for you, Mike. It says, Mara wants to know, what beverage are you enjoying?
Yeah.
As far as I know, it's a soda.
It's a fine,
Light.
Light
I
beer.
tried to hide it in the koozie, Johnny. All right.
Well, I know you said earlier, as far as we know, it's a soda.
It's a soda, right? It's Central Pennsylvania soda.
Colton said he likes your YouTube banner.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, it jumped so fast. There we go.
Yes.
Now, do you do a lot of storage auctions, or are you just starting, or how long have you been doing it?
What's that? Storage lockers?
Storage auctions.
No, I've bought storage lockers for probably 2 of the 3 years that I've been full-time reselling. The first storage locker I ever bought, I watched everybody else do it on these channels.
Mm-hmm.
And I went online and I saw this one. It was a 5x5, right? So it was the smallest unit you can get, 5 feet by 5 feet.
Right.
And I bought it. It went for $10. It was a mess. You can only see a couple pictures, right? It was just clothes everywhere. But there was a box, and the box had the Ninja blender, like, you know what I'm saying? The Ninja, it's like a food blender, like you make smoothies with it or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then there was a pair of like Nike shoes, right? And I was like hoping that the Ninja was in there in the box, and then the shoes were in good condition. So I spent $10, and the shoes were in good condition, and the Ninja thing was in there, and there was a lot of clothes. And in the jacket pocket of one of the clothes, I found $7.50 in cash. And I'm like, this storage locker thing is easy. Like, I'm just going to keep buying these storage lockers forever. And I made like 4 or 5 times my money back. But yeah, they're not so easy. But
well, the hardest thing about it is all the work that comes with it that people don't realize.
Yeah. As you get into it and you buy bigger and bigger lockers, and like for me, I'm just by myself. I don't have like a team. Like you see sometimes people with 2 or 3, people cleaning out a locker. It's just me. So the bigger locker you buy, it takes you a little longer to clean it out. And then you got to have somewhere to put it. If you don't have storage or yourself, or storage place of your own, you got to have it in your house or in your garage and stuff like that. And then you got to sell it. So yeah, I have a lot of stuff. That's why I started doing the flea markets, because I have a lot of things that are just more like flea market based sales, versus eBay sales. And like there's a lot of clothes you find and all that. So yeah, but I've been doing it for about 2 years. I love it though. You find some good stuff in the storage locker.
All right, Colton had an idea. He says he would like to get into some stocks. Y'all have any tips to maybe give out as far as what he could look for, or give any kind of idea for him?
For stocks?
Yeah.
Yeah, give us some stock tips,
oh.
Tracy.
No, I had a book. It was like my favorite book. I could maybe grab it because I can't remember it off the top of my head because I read a lot of stock books. But the biggest tip, the way I started like to really change and make more money with it was to look at the companies on a daily basis. There's like stock news that you can watch on Google. And basically it tells you what stocks are really down for the day. And a lot of time companies are down on just news like coronavirus. There's nothing really wrong with the business. It's just based on news that's going to go away eventually. And so anytime that you see a solid company that has dipped down on fake news, then that's a really good time to do your research and check into that company, because you're basically just buying it because it's low on falsities, and then as it goes up you can sell it off to make a profit. And that's how I really started to kind of turn and make more profit with it. I don't know if that helps.
I know it in our household, Robert tends to all that. I don't deal with that. I have a hard time understanding the news when it says I'll join this and this and that. And it's like, okay, Robert, you take care of it. He does it.
Well, Robert does that, but in the chat, I'm seeing you're a really good cook. So
yes, I
is
am.
that true? You're the cook?
I have been cooking since I was 7 years old. Well, thank you. Put me on the spot. I've been cooking since I was 7, and somebody kept asking me why don't I do a video, because every time I'm in the chats, I'm talking about cooking. And I started when I was 7 by learning from my grandmother. And as I grew up, my biggest thing was I always wanted to be a chef. And so to me, I think I'm blessed and honored to be at least the knowledge that I had from my grandparents. And so I always enjoyed cooking and always enjoying creating something new on a plate. And so I did start a new channel. It's called Cajun Roots Cooking Show. And I see that she put the link in the chat. I'm trying to update one video a week, and I haven't done it because I've been so busy with everything else. But I do have a video ready to go up for that one. I keep talking about it every week. So I just need to sit down and edit it and send it in to be aired. It's red beans and rice and fried catfish. So yeah, I do a video.
Are you going to be teaching us to cook?
Yeah.
Because I can't cook. I could use some help.
What I do is I basically go through the steps in the videos that I do. And I try to keep them under 30 to 45 minutes, no more than that. So what I do is I prepare all my stuff ahead of time and measure and do what I have to do. But as I'm cooking it, I discuss what I did, why I did it, and then the types of seasonings, why I use certain seasonings with certain things. And I go through all that. And so I'm trying to learn how to do that a little bit better as far as all the measurements. I keep it in the description of the video below of what the ingredients I used for that video and that meal. So yeah, it's been very interesting and fun. Because I cook already as it is, so why not do the video? So
right,
exactly.
I decided to go ahead and do it. Yeah, so it's been fun. It's been interesting. And Robert, every now and then, if he's off that day, he'll come. He listens to see if I'm doing a video, and he says, "No, I'm okay." So he'll come down. And, he doesn't want to be noise in that video.
Yeah, Robert should join in. I think he should join us.
We're trying to get him to come into the chats now, starting Monday. And I'm not pushing him because he doesn't feel like he wants to be in the camera. But like I told him, whenever he's ready, it's open invitation. And so hopefully one day we might have a special secret guest. You never know.
Robert, I know you're watching.
Yes.
Come join us.
The thing is, he can come on and not have the camera on.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
just like
Come on and say hi.
This morning, she didn't have her camera on, and that was something else this morning.
Well, I'm a extrovert and he's an introvert, so we kind of compliment each other on things.
Mm-hmm.
But when he's ready, he told me he would let me know. I said, okay, I'm not gonna rush you, but
okay.
we want you as a special guest.
Okay, Robert, we'll wait. You're worth it.
He's very supportive of what I do. Actually, he got me to think about doing it when we were moving from New Orleans. Because I've always been in business for myself since 2006 was my first business, a cleaning company. And so when we had to transfer up here for his job, he basically got me started on watching YouTube videos and how I could take things and turn them over and open an eBay. So because I already been in eBay, I was already on eBay as an account, but then I turned around and started selling because basically he talked me into it. So he's very supportive.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, you need that.
And what's nice now too is when we do go somewhere and we go like the last weekend we went to an estate sale / garage sale, and they had to sell everything. So we were in there looking and checking out everything. And every now and then he would say, "Did you see this?" And I would say, "Did you see this?" Because there's certain things he collects that I'll buy and he'll get for himself, or I'll buy mostly for resale anyway. And so yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. He said, "We'll see."
Pressure, peer pressure.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah, I'm
let's-
looking at, I like the Junking Data Girl. You have a cool name. I
Yeah,
like
is a
that.
cool name.
That's Cha Cha, and she also don't forget to put your link, Cha Cha, in the chat. She does a weekly auction, and it runs almost all day with different guests throughout the day. And that's something if you're interested in doing some auctions online, she does that as well.
Yeah, I love that name. Oh yeah, I see
Yeah.
her link.
And she,
How have you guys done
normally on Monday
during the coronavirus? Whoops. Sorry, there's a delay on my end, so I feel like I'm talking over people.
What was the question?
I was wondering if the coronavirus impacted you with your online sales. How
No,
you've
but
been doing through it.
I want to let everybody know this is just a learning thing for me. Last week I had an issue where somebody couldn't get to my eBay account to pay me through PayPal. So I sent them my email and all this, and so they sent it to me through my business email. Now I don't know what happened because I do have it linked to my PayPal account, but for some reason it wouldn't let me. So I went in, created and verified my business email. Then all of a sudden, all week I didn't get any sales. So for Wednesday, I told Robert, I said, something's not right. I said, I'm not getting any sales. I'm not getting activity on my account. So I went in and come to find out they transferred my email account on my business email to the account. But then all of a sudden it had an issue where it wasn't recognizing my actual email for the eBay store. So I didn't have no sales for those 3 days because of that. Actually, 4 days. But then all of a sudden I went through and I cleared everything out. And guess what? All of a sudden I started getting sales. Like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. So my tip for that is always make sure if you do something for someone, go back and check their account that you have it back to what you were doing. I didn't think about that would happen because you can tie up, I think there are like 5 emails to your account. But it affected my eBay store for a couple of days. So yeah. No, it didn't. I don't think it affected me because I was still getting sales throughout the whole time, if not more. Like even my first week in May was like one of my biggest in the whole pandemic time frame. So yeah, I mean, it's Tuesdays and Wednesdays are always my slowest days, so that hasn't changed. But my sales for the rest of the week has basically kept up, except for this week. I want to welcome Barrick, the NASCAR man, 3345. Him and I don't see her in the chat yet. Alexis at KIT Enterprise. They do an auction on a weekly basis as well. So that's another thing you might want to check out if you wanted to check out some new auctions.
Yeah, I think Victoria's involved with that auction too.
Okay, I just saw. Oh, that's another thing, Richard. I just see a lot of hellos, and I'm trying to get past all that. Richard asked a question about me needing to talk more about setting up for vacation template. Basically, I'm most likely go ahead and do a video on that on Monday or Tuesday for a continuation from the one I did. Basically, when I'm talking about a template, I use the Word document, and you can basically also a lot of Josh did this video a while back. And basically what I do is in my Word document, I set up I call it a template, but it's more of using Word document. And you type up what you would like to say to your customers if they're buying something. Especially, I don't do vacation mode. I do more of extended handling time. Because one thing you need to remember when you're doing vacation, you don't get no sales, no tractions in your account. But if you extending your handling time, you still can get sales. And that's where I was talking about a template where I basically did in my Word document, typed up a nice little letter saying, look, I'm sorry, I'm out of town right now. I see you bought something. I want to thank you for buying from my eBay store. But if you would, please remember that the handling time has changed while I'm out of town. Just something to the effect to let them know you see they bought something that you want to make sure that it's okay before they pay for it. That if you don't mind, it won't come in until I get back home. I am changing my handling time when I get closer. But try to keep it short and sweet, but to the point of why they're not going to get their item that they bought immediately. So just make sure that you do that, and that's what I mean by the template on that when I talk about it in that video. Because on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do a new to eBay how-to series, and that was one of the topics I covered. I just started that. This is my 6th week. And I try what I do is I'm in chats, and I basically find questions that somebody might be asking within the chat, and I turn it into a video of how to.
Right.
Now, I always say that I'm not a pro at it, but I basically learned from what my mistakes were, or what I've learned from, or what I researched about. Let's see. Anyone would like to change to sell live on YouTube? No channel needed. No experience needed. We will help you through it. They have a collaboration and item that, and she does it where they do it through sessions on Monday with her. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yard sale video sourcing. I will be putting out mine this week on the garage sale stuff. I just did one on the estate sale I did, and so I'm going to do another one on garage sale. Do you do any sourcing, Mike, on videos?
You know, so in Pennsylvania, Larry can probably tell you or agree with me here. We have been pretty much closed down for the last 3 months.
Right.
With
I don't know.
we have different phases where it was like a red phase, a yellow phase, and a green phase. My county just got into the green phase last week, so everything was closed down for quite a bit. I did have a few private pick hauls that I showed videos on during the time, because I think it's important for resellers to let other people know what you do for a living, like let people know that you buy things and resell them, because especially at a time like, with this pandemic thing going on, people were looking to clear out their houses, and, there weren't yard sales, there weren't garage sales, at least in Pennsylvania. And if people didn't know somebody like me, or I don't know where they were selling things, but I made, some good deals during that time with private picks. And I filmed some of those. But now as we come out, anyway, to answer your question, as we come out of this situation, and my county is now green, I will start going to more yard sales as we have them, estate sales, and thrift stores. I'm not sure if the thrift stores are open where I'm at. I'm sure they are. I haven't been there in a while, but yeah,
we're not green.
Getting some footage from there and selling or showing those videos as well.
Yeah, we'll be going green next Friday.
Yeah, it's a weird, like not the whole state didn't go to the same phase at the same time. Some counties are different, and then even within the counties, like sometimes there's different rules about what's open and what's not, and what you have to do and what you can't do. So it's a little bit of a process that we're going through here in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, a lot of people are not too.
What about you, Tracy?
Right now.
Right. And do you do anything like that, Tracy, as far as in your area where you live for sourcing?
Yes, most of my videos that I did do was sourcing videos. I was taking the camera in stores when everybody said not to do that. You weren't allowed. I was sneaking in doing that because I wanted people to see doing that so they could learn. But true to Mike's point, I thought he made an excellent point, because I was just talking to a fellow reseller named Deb today through my Facebook channel, and she was looking to up her, up the level that she's at with e-commerce. And I was telling her the importance of that networking, like Mike said, having the business card to hand out, because that is for real how I get most of my product now. Is I don't have the time. Like I used to source garage sales and thrift stores is how I started. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I would list all those products the rest of the week and then ship every day. And then as it grew, it was just too much to do that. So now I look to get bulk items, a lot of items, either through liquidation or store closings. And once you start to network with people and they start to know who to contact, like with the coronavirus, there was a lot of Christmas stuff that people couldn't offload because the stores were closed. Yeah. And so now I'm able to get my hands on Christmas stuff at some ridiculous price because the stores couldn't offload it. And I just redid my my business cards and I go through Vistaprint because it's like super cheap.
do
So if you want a place to
Me
go,
too. Me too.
yeah, I just got them. They're from Vistaprint, and
Hold
they're
on,
like,
let me make you big.
it was so cheap, so cheap.
Ah,
It was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now, that's just the regular square cards.
Yeah, I got the square cards because I thought they were cooler.
That's different.
And so that's my info there. And I hand these out everywhere I go to stores or even auction. I mean, just anywhere. I can't see
Right.
Mike's. Let me
Hold
see
on,
Mike.
So I send this out with every shipment. It just says, enjoy your purchase. Feel free to
Purchase.
contact us. And then on the
I like that
back.
color.
Now I have the regular.
Vistaprint.
I don't have the cool square ones, but
Oh, but I like your icons better. Did you go through Vistaprint for that too?
yeah, these are Vistaprint. Yep. And,
Yeah, see, they're so
and the
cheap,
shirt,
guys.
the shirt is Vistaprint too.
Yeah, I got a shirt. I got cards. Yeah, they are because I can write thank you cards in the
Right.
shipments.
That's so current. I like that.
Yeah, so I can just write. I can do a handwritten note on the back
Uh-huh.
and just include this. And
Right.
I have labels. Hold on. Oh, I got a sign here.
Oh, wow. That's a big
And
size.
I think this was less than $10.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's pretty inexpensive.
Super cheap. But you network and you have to like put your cards out to everybody.
Yep.
Because now the difference is that I had to work so hard to get product. And that was a real sore spot in my company and growing my company, was having to work so hard and invest so many hours in getting product. Now it's almost like your product comes to you and you don't have to work for it anymore. All you have to do is list it. And so Christmas things I got, another tip, I found costumes, Halloween costumes. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you my mess. Okay, don't laugh. No judgment. Okay. Can you see?
That looks pretty clean compared to mine.
Okay, so here's the things that I need to list. I have like a bun coffee pot. Like what? Okay, but see all those big bags of just trash bags?
Uh-huh.
Those are Halloween costumes.
Yep.
Wow.
Halloween costumes on eBay sell pretty good for me. So I am trying to find and found 4 garbage bags of Halloween costumes. So
Wow.
pull them out here. There's different ones, as you can see, but I got them now. I'm going to start listing them probably September, beginning of September, end of August, and sell these for a huge profit margin. You can buy used Halloween costumes at a thrift store for $1 or $2,
Right.
and you can get really good profit if you like, I'll fix this up, I'll iron it and make it nice and do really good pictures with it.
Right.
So 4 bags of that this week, as well as the Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, Tracy, on that note, I found a storage locker one time that had Halloween costumes in it, and I started looking them up on eBay. If you put the word cosplay in the title, you'll sell those costumes all year long.
Okay, wait,
Because
what's the
people
word?
Yeah, COSPLAY. Like people dress up like Batman and like go to these like
What?
conventions and stuff. I'm telling you, look up
Good
look
tip.
up cosplay. It's nothing. It's just the thing. People dress up like these different characters. You'll sell them, I guarantee it, all year long.
Wow.
Cosplay in the title.
Awesome.
I have some interesting costumes buying space.
We want pictures.
I
Real
was,
pictures,
I
Mike.
was in a Chewbacca onesie earlier today. You
Wow.
want to see my?
Didn't you take a picture of it? Was it Nana? Somebody took a picture of it. I've seen it in my off of Facebook maybe or Instagram.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, your pictures are getting out there.
yeah. I think so.
Insta famous. Mike
Yes.
Chewbacca.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it was on Facebook. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, those will sell. You if you get a good deal, they'll sell.
What's your number one place to get product? All of you.
Okay, we'll start with you,
Like, how
Mike.
do you get your stuff to list?
Right now, mine's eBay right now.
You
So, how do you
buy
get
it
your
on
stuff?
eBay? Not sell. Like, where do you get your stuff to sell?
eBay.
Were you buying
get
your
it from
stuff to
eBay?
sell on eBay?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
getting my
okay.
stuff on eBay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I used to do that, get it on eBay and sell it on Amazon.
Wow.
I think I have a video on that somewhere.
Well, for me,
Okay, what
it's
about
more,
you, Johnny?
I usually do auctions online, or I do. I did buy. I started last year. I found a my guy, the term from Facebook Marketplace, and I did some big purchases of the wrestling figures,
Mm-hmm.
1990s. So those were pretty good for me. And then I basically just when I first started, everything that I had at the beginning of my sales were all from what I purchased in my own house. But Rob and I were going to pack to move. If it was something that we haven't touched or used in over 6 months, it got in a box saying eBay. And that's how I started my store originally. But that's what I recommend to anyone who's starting out, always start that way. Then I do auctions online, or like last night, I was watching. It's the first time I do this in a long time. I'm sitting there watching an auction for some name brand jewelry, and I'm still waiting at the last minute. And I had my highest number that I wanted to go to in there ready, and then all of a sudden it was ended, and I got the whole thing for $29. It's like yes, oh yeah, it's pretty cool.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I probably most of my inventory comes from storage lockers, but lately, word of mouth, like people knowing that I sell things online, has been growing. Just people knowing what I do and just trying to get rid of things, and they know I resell, and they're okay with that. I mean, I have a guy that has an estate sale company here in Pennsylvania that couldn't have estate sales during the coronavirus time, you know what I mean? But had all this inventory because what they don't sell during the estate sale, they take to like a warehouse and then they try to sell it out of there. But couldn't even have that and couldn't have estate sales. And, knew I would go to his estate sales and tell him I resell this stuff. Like he knew what I did. I wasn't trying to hide it from him or anything.
Right.
And he called me and said, I got this and that. You want to come check it out? And I'll make you a good deal. I just need to get some cash going. And I said, sure. And, I let him put the numbers out there. And, I negotiated here and there, but it worked for him and it worked for me. So, yeah, I think private picks and storage lockers for me still.
Yeah, when I went to buy when I go like to auctions of storage, estate sales, the best thing I like to do is watch and look and see if they have pictures on the website of where they're having them at. Mm-hmm. And 9 times out of 10, if they have pictures, you can go through them. And like my last video I put out last week, I was in and out of there in 20 minutes, but I had everything I wanted and spent $300. Mm-hmm. But that's how fast I got in and out of there. And then I do, if they have some good sales especially if they put pictures up on the website of what they're selling at a garage sale, I'll do that too. But I only pick things that are still new in the package. And if it's older, I like to make sure it's got the original wrapping of packaging and things inside the box. And so that's what I do a lot of. Let's see. Jennifer, Chacha says they do a live 925 and more jewelry sale auctions on Wednesday nights at 9:25. Well, that's good to know. Because I always watch Mama's, and she's normally ending at 9 o'clock-ish. All right, we're going to go ahead and...
There's a lot of lives.
Hey, James,
seems like there's a lot of lives now. See, that's one thing that's changed since I've been, really busy on YouTube is all the lives. I think that's cool. You really get to know people that way.
Exactly, because then you get to put the name with the face, even though you might be chatting in the chat and you've never seen them on a live. That's what's good about it too, because with everybody being quarantined, that brought out a lot of new people to do even eBay or Amazon or any platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they want to do something that pass the time, and that's what it seems to be doing in a great way, because then everybody's working together. All right, we're going to go ahead and start closing this down because I don't want to keep our guests too long. If there's any final thoughts or any comments y'all would like to give out to the chat, go ahead and do that now. Tracy?
Do I have any final thoughts?
Comments or ideas or points or whatever you may want to pass on, because I'm going to try to get ready in this because I don't want to keep y'all too long. I try to keep the show around an hour, but sometimes depending on the action of the chat, I do go a little over. But out of respect for y'all, I would like to start narrowing it down. And so if there's any final thoughts or tips you may want to share with the chat that might not have known you before, let's go ahead and share that now.
Yeah, I I guess, like to encourage everybody to start wherever you're at. I think people let fear stop them and they just don't do anything. And when I look at my first, website and my first products were so bad. I had the cheapest products ever. And now I look back and I kind of cringe at myself. But, start where you're at and grow and keep growing. Like even now, I'm working on new things and different things. And I don't know if they're going to be great or a complete flop, but you just can't let fear stop you. You have to keep continuing to grow and expand and do the best you can, whether that's e-commerce or other online adventures.
Right.
So yeah, I just like to encourage you to, if you're watching this and you haven't started, it's awesome. I encourage you to start wherever you're at.
Right. That's what I did with me and myself. I was nervous and excited, but when I got it done, I can still go back and see my other videos now and say, okay, this is what I need to improve on. And that's what it's all about. It's about improving yourself, not to be too harsh on yourself, but just give the chance to do something. We have a platform to do it.
Yeah, because we all make mistakes, bad mistakes. I've made horrendous mistakes. And, my website now is so much better than my website then, but I would have never gotten anywhere had I not started. So you just have to start.
Yep. And that's one thing about it. You're going to learn something new every day from somebody, no matter who you watch. Now, granted, somebody might give you a BOLO. It may work for them in their area where they live. It might not work for you, or you may not be able to find that product. But what's good about it is that I even started on my phone with a note messenger on my phone, where every time I hear tips, I'll just go in there and put it to where if I'm sourcing somewhere, I'll look at the list and say, okay, I don't remember this. Is it worth it, or how's it selling? And then I can look it up, even though I am checking. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what I did from the day one, and I have a list of a big old note of in my phone for that. Because there's some things I don't know anything about, I want to learn, so that's why I write it in the little notes I have. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with all that. I think another good thing is don't be afraid to reach out to the other people that you follow. I mean, so many people have helped me before I had my YouTube channel. And I was just watching YouTubers, and I would send them notes, and they would send me. And now it's coming full circle a little bit. Like people ask me questions. I'm on Instagram. I respond to every YouTube comment that I get. I mean, I don't get that many right now, but like there's people out there willing to help, and everyone's at a different level. Some people know shipping more than somebody else, and somebody knows sourcing or wholesale. Somebody's doing yard sale things. So there's information out there. There's plenty of information, and most people I found in our industry business are more than willing to help you and give you an answer. Or if they don't know, like if I don't know, I'll point you in the right direction. Or maybe they, a YouTuber that shows those type of videos. Like I don't know who's doing stocks, but now I know Tracy does stocks, or all these different platforms that Tracy does. So don't be afraid to reach out and expand your base, and let people know what you do if you're a reseller, because it always helps. Yeah, because you never know, you can meet that one person that may help you keep your stock in your inventory up. And that's one thing I've done too. Even where I go, they'll ask me what you're doing, because I have my little camera and all that now. So I tell them. I'm not afraid to tell them because of that. You never know who you're gonna make that one connection with. Yeah. And of course, I always carry my business cards where I'll give it to them and say, okay, here's my contact information. Let me know. And the thing about you were saying about comments with other YouTube creators, what I like is when you reach out to someone, 9 times out of 10, they're going to help you or direct you to someone if they don't know, or they're not comfortable with giving advice. And that's why when I created the channels on the weekdays, it's just a matter of helping someone step by step, whether it's anything of something that I do know, or I will research it to be able to do a video and show them where I got that information from. That's what I like about that, because everybody works together, and that's what we need to do, stick together. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, I want to let everybody know, please don't forget to go and subscribe to each other. If you see somebody you haven't subscribed to, go ahead and check them out, subscribe to them, help them out, and get everyone work together on keeping everyone's subscribe counts up. Now, don't forget, you sometimes lose your subscribers. So every now and then you might want to check and see if you still subscribe to someone, if you want to see their content. Great lines, Johnny, and glad to meet you. Thank you, Nana. Oh, yes. That's for, right there. Everyone's glad to meet you. And I'm glad everybody was able to come out and get to meet her, Tracy and Mike. Yep. And so thank everyone for coming out, and I really appreciate it. And don't forget tonight at 6:30 on the Adventures of Reselling. If you're a wrenched up person, go ahead and check out her channel. And that way you get to see who wins and what you win. You have to be there to win. And everybody have a great and blessed day. And thank y'all again for coming. And I'm going to go ahead and end the chat now.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Ding.